Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this edition of Food for the Soul, brought to you by Braintree First Congregational Church. I am Reverend Michael Frady, and I am coming to you once again from my garden. It is late June, and things are coming along pretty well in the garden. Some of you have been along for the tour before, initially when I was preparing the garden for planting. And then again, shortly after I had planted. Now things are coming along quite nicely a couple weeks later. And it is an overcast day. We've had some rain. We've been having a couple of consecutive days of rain, fortunately. Unfortunately, for some towns, there's been a little bit too much rain. I know Norwell, for example. But we've just gotten the right amount of rain here in my yard, and it saved me plenty time from watering, allowing a little bit more time for fishing. So I am going to share with you some scripture that I think is relevant today. This comes from the Acts of the Apostles, the book of Acts. And the setting is Paul is preaching along with another disciple, Barnabas, in the town of Iconium, which is in present-day Turkey. And this is the reading from the book of Acts. It says, "Yet God has not left himself without testimony. He has shown kindness by giving you rain from heaven and crops in their season. He provides you with plenty of food and fills your hearts with joy." That scripture just felt so appropriate for me today. Without further ado, I'm going to take you on another tour of the garden, and we'll see how things are growing. So come along. So I'm going to start the tour on the outside and show you this is where the pumpkin patch is. I have 6 different varieties of pumpkins and gourds, and this guy is doing really good right here. So these are pumpkins, gourds, and winter squash that I use in the annual Thanksgiving display. This here is lemon balm. I didn't plant it there, it just took root and it's going to town. Really wonderful smell, a lot like lemon pledge. Here we've got some marigolds on the outside. Rosemary's doing nice. Thyme, beautiful basil, probably my favorite herb, certainly my favorite herb. Then we've got oregano and dill, and in this barrel I've also planted some wildflowers, so it's a little bit overcrowded, but I'm sure it'll come along just fine. And then I've got some little pine trees that I've planted, and those I'll use on the perimeter of the yard. More lemon balm there. I've got the blueberry bushes here, and then I've got some boards out here that I'm going to make a frame that I can drape some what do you call it over to prevent the birds from eating up all the blueberries. Especially the catbirds love to get into the blueberries, and they'll eat them before I can pick them. And then I've got a huge raspberry patch here, and then on the outside here I've got some sunflowers planted, and they'll grow up tall. So inside you might notice all of these yellow cups. What those are is for bug prevention. They're solo cups that I've just tacked onto wooden stakes, and then I rub them with Vaseline. And what happens is the bugs will stick to the Vaseline So any bugs getting in to eat the plants will be drawn to the yellow color because yellow is just like the color of the flowers and plants, and the bugs are drawn to it. So you can see I don't have very much bug damage to leaves, which is a wonderful thing. That's the goal, and this adds to my attempt to be organic this year. What I'm going to show you here is I've got some radish, and then here is arugula, which Joyce and I have been eating pretty regularly, and as quick as we cut it and eat it, more grows. Eggplant, a larger plant here is the Japanese eggplant. Here is all cucumbers, and there's a nice one there. So I've got a whole row of cucumbers. And there's a couple nice ones there coming along. Got some marigolds in the garden. Again, that's for bug prevention. And despite my efforts, the bugs do like to eat this guy, which is okra. That's okra coming along there. And then here we have zucchini. And you can see that's coming along nicely. I've got more okra here, and then we've got the summer squash row. And let me see if I can find a summer squash for you. There's a little one coming along, and another one here coming along. Over here I've got more eggplant, and then the peas grow along this wall. And I'll show you an example. That's a curly one, but that's a snow pea. And we've been eating plenty of those. I'll harvest only 6 or 8 a day, but I'll put them in a little bag. And after a couple days, we've got enough for a meal. And then I've got green beans. This plant's struggling. You can see the bugs really like that one. Couple of squash here. Then I've got 5 different types of tomatoes here, and you can see these little super sweets coming along. They'll be turning red in a couple days. Plenty flowers, indicating that we'll have a nice harvest there. And then Roma tomato. Then we've got a number of different peppers. Oh, the bugs love the pepper plants too. So again, I'm trying to stay organic. So it's a challenge. They particularly seem to like the peppers. So we've got red peppers, orange, green. Then we've got these little shishito peppers, jalapenos. Here we've got more arugula, and here we've got kale, which I really enjoy cooked, and Joyce will also make kale chips when these plants really take off. So that's where we are in the garden. It's coming along nicely, and really enjoying doing this, and happy to be able to share this tour with you. So thanks for coming along. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I certainly hope that you are well. I pray that God is blessing you abundantly, that you're enjoying the summer and even enjoying the refreshing rain. So I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, be well, and God bless you. So long.